And you're listening to TGLF 89.3 FM, the Relationship Whisperer Show with Miss Dragonfly. Welcome back. And where we discuss all things relationships with the aim to make marriage great again. And welcome back, Bluey. Yes, it's been a while, and I have to say,
blue.
Yeah, and I have to say apologies to everyone about my voice today. As you can hear, it's not my usual voice. I've been having a cold, and I'm still recovering. But I've been off air for a few weeks, and everyone's had to listen to replays. So it's a bit early for me to come back, but I thought I won't disappoint people, and I'll come back. All right. So welcome back, Bluey, and I think the audience has missed you.
You're not going to give me that cold, are you? I know you're a sharing person, but
sharing is caring. You know what they say. All right. Now, the thing is.
What's the agenda for today?
The agenda for today is.
Why men and women
are not getting together anymore.
Well, they are, but I mean, there's diminished.
Well, look, from self-absorbed to shifting values, I mean, what's keeping love from happening in 2025? You know, look, men and women used to come together naturally. Today, more than ever, they're staying apart. And look, dating's harder. I mean, marriage is rarer, yeah? And relationships are shorter. Now, why is that?
That's right.
Why? I mean, like, what has changed in the way we see ourselves, each other, and love itself? So today on the Relationship Whisperer, we'll break down what's keeping men and women from coming together and what we can do to fix it.
Well, then listen to the show.
Yes, we are listening to it. Starts right here. where we're like I say, where we discuss all things relationships, we're aiming to make marriage great again. Yeah. And I think I'm probably the only relationship expert out there that's actually doing it. So it's sad that it is. I mean, everyone wants the popcorn and stuff. Now, really, seriously, you know, marriage and dating crisis. That's what we actually do have at the moment. Yeah? Would you agree? I mean, we've got fewer marriages. More breakups. You know, just look at
and shorter relationships.
With that around 50% divorce rate in the West, and also declining birth rates. If people are not getting together, not getting married, then they're not going to have children.
Yeah.
Okay? For some people, look, this is the modern thing that people say, you know, kids are not the be-all and end-all. They, they cost a lot of money. They take all your time away from you. You're wasting your youth on raising children when it could be about growing yourself and enjoying your youth and achieving things and so forth. And so children have been becoming seen as a liability, unwanted liability, and I think that's rather sad. Actually, not rather sad, very sad. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, like, so on the one hand, you're saying, it's all those disadvantages. On the other hand, look, society and for civilization to continue, we need the next generation to come up.
That we do.
Yeah,
we need hope for the future.
Yeah.
But it is becoming a little bit more difficult to have children.
Yeah, because it is
the expense. Before it was just an easy sort of integration. How do you become a good parent? You figure it out as you go along.
Cost of living crisis at the moment.
But now you've got to take them for lessons here, lessons there. Pick them up from here, pick them up from there.
I'll tell you what.
You're like a taxi service.
Yeah.
You're an Uber.
But
you're a chef.
It's self-afflicted. I'll tell you. Look, if you notice, in wealthier countries, it's very expensive. Yeah, far more expensive to raise children. But the poorer countries, very cheap.
Yeah.
Very easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't actually.
Well, when we were growing up, there wasn't any taking you to school with the car. Well, there was,
no,
but
it was, life was simpler.
get out that door.
And so it's more like you didn't need as many things back then.
Yeah.
And now you need, little Johnny not only needs a new laptop, he needs the latest phone as well. And all his friends are playing this game, that game. And little Johnny doesn't have a.
Society's changed, and there's been no doubt about it. For the better or for worse, who knows? But it's definitely changed.
Yeah.
And technology, the word technology's got us spellbound. So it seems. You know, it's got this beguiling sort of word technology with all its, because you think about it, you've got a population that's in some ways, even like say a lower sort of country or whatever, you've got unsophisticated people somewhat, for want of a better word, with God-like technology in the palm of their hand. And if you think, then that radically changes everything. And if you look at it, you can just look at society. You remember before, I don't know how old people are out there, but if you remember before when we were on a bus or a train or some form of transport, you'd be chatting away with a neighbor. With the person next to you, you'd be always like, oh yeah, and you'd be chatting away, you'd almost miss your stop type of thing.
Yeah.
People were communicating with other people. Well, now if you look at it, it's everybody sits there. First thing they do is get the phone out and they're mesmerized on the phone, and virtually no one talks to each other except through that device.
I know, that's very sad.
And is it the same with relationships at homes?
Yeah.
Are we mesmerized on these little screens and then we're not getting that interaction? The interoperability of relationship between people because we're too fixated on the screen.
Yeah, we are.
And so that's probably one of the reasons why technology, perhaps. Now, the question is, where does that go from here?
Yeah.
Does it become more alienating, or does it bring us all together?
Yeah.
And so the dating game has definitely changed. Before it was nightclubs, going out here, going out there, and trying to impress in a dim light. And they say, "Oh, can I have a slow dance or whatever?" And whisper in your ear. But now it's
Friday night drinks after work,
or hook up on some type of
Tinder or something like.
Oh, there's somebody close by in the vicinity. It's on the same app. Oh, and they're single. Ooh.
There's another one. I think it's called Plenty of Fish.
Okay.
Yeah, besides Tinder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and so for hooking up people, it's in your area or whatever.
Yeah, hooking up. There's purely a hooking up.
And the thing is that before in the old days, people used to have chickens and cows in the backyard.
Yeah.
And then one day, after the milk or whatever, you could go down the end of the road and at the shop, you could buy a carton of milk. And how many people had cows after that?
Exactly.
And so if you can go down the road or men, for example, because I know that women are sort of in relationships looking for a longer term aspect. But for men, for example, it's like if they can just go down the corner shop type of thing, for want of a better word or expression, and then just sort of, swipe left, swipe right, next. There's so many lining up type of thing. And then also there's I don't know. There's where it's changed a lot. There's where it's changed. You used to be able to have to approach someone on the call. Oh, hi, how are you? Oh, have you been here before? Oh, do you come here often? Used to have to come up with all these things, some sort of one-liner. But now it's a bit different. And so that was hard for men to do that, to go and approach a woman at the other side of a nightclub. Everybody's watching you. The whole eyes are all on you and what's he going to say and all that. Everybody's looking type of thing. And then when you get rejected, you've got to go, ooh, and that was tremendously difficult for men, you see, but not anymore.
Yeah.
You see, all you need to do is put a good profile picture out there and say.
Yeah. And basically like putting the hook into the water and see what you catch.
Got to throw out the bait.
And that's the thing,
Got to get some burley.
Dating apps have made connection transactional. It becomes more clinical.
And also speed.
Yeah,
speed-wise.
And
it's like here today, gone tomorrow. Disposable.
Disposable.
Yeah. It's like a drive-through, isn't it? It's like a fast food restaurant.
Dates, people are becoming disposable.
Yeah. And then even in society, look at the diet. For example, you're saying like how many people actually really cook like what they used to do in the old days? Peel the potatoes and peel this and peel that.
How many people
Now it's bling, put it in there and
altogether can cook?
Rip off the cover.
Yeah, and put it in.
Press the thing and press. And oh yeah, I can cook really well. I just go doot 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 doot, and then that's it. And so you can see society's changed in many ways, and that convenience in relationships are almost like that convenient. The question is, where does it go? And what happens from here? And, so...
Well, it hasn't been very good so far.
Yeah,
Caused of all these problems.
All these dates, where does it end up?
Yeah.
Where does it end up? In a lonely sort of, more of this again? Can you imagine if you've been on your 50th one?
Yeah.
And then you must be getting sick of it after a while, isn't it? It's the same crap all the time, except for different variables.
Yeah, but you know what? There are women that on these dating apps and whatever do it, dates just to get free meals.
Well,
one
that's
after
one
another.
Thing. Yeah, free meals, but also it gives them a chance to say, oh, this one's the one, because everybody's looking for the 10 on 10.
Yeah, but also,
everybody's looking for that great catch.
Even besides that, the affirmation that they're great. I mean, they've got attention from all these men. It's almost like a what do you call it? An ego thing.
But the thing is that what they're after is repeat dates. Yeah. You want a repeat date, and
well, not necessarily. I'm saying on one hand, with that very disposable.
Yeah.
Especially the very young women, seeing that
the young women don't realize.
Because
they don't
understand.
The clock is ticking.
Yeah.
And that's where the value is.
You think they think they've got all the time in the world.
All the time in the world.
I mean, when to our listeners out there, remember when you were that age in your early 20s, didn't you think you had all the time in the world?
Not only that, but we were also trying to hoping I can look older type of thing. You're wanting to be older. I can't wait till I'm this age because then I can, things will open up a bit better. But when you get a bit older, it's the opposite.
Of course it is. You want to go back to as young as you can.
But as long as I know what I know now.
That's it. And so also, we're also taking calls from our listeners. So if you want to chime in, it's
Miss Dragonfly.
It's 029822 8893.
8893.
Yes. So give a call in. Look, I think a lot of people nowadays see commitment is seen as risky and not rewarding. I guess because they don't have the examples as good as many and as quality examples.
It's the examples
that about what commitment
I want what she's got, or I want what he's got.
What the rewards are from commitment.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. It's substantially a lot if you get it right. Okay, and the problem is people don't know how to get it right. And that's why.
Yeah,
we don't have many. And look, and people now are a lot of people are focused on independence, not interdependence.
Yeah. Well, men are very fearful of the relationship on a legal level because they've all. I mean. In the days of old, maybe you didn't hear all the stories as much.
Yeah, but I'll come to that later. But what I'm more focusing when I say this point, it's more about on the me, rather than saying that because society is now saying independence is great.
Yeah.
You don't need anyone, and so forth. Relying on like for women, they're teaching them you're strong, independent woman. We're wild. You don't need a man. Or that sort of thing. It's fashionable. Independence. They don't speak about interdependence. And that they equate to being a loser, or you're needing someone. You're needing to lean on someone.
Yeah, well, a hedge around your fear.
Yeah, hedge around your fear.
That's what most relationships are based upon.
No, but I'm just saying they're rejecting it. They think confusing interdependence with dependence.
Yeah.
Interdependent, and this is a very big thing. No one likes a dependent. Okay, someone just depends on you, give nothing back.
Yeah.
Okay, but most people are fine if, yes, they depend on you, but they also give something back. And I say, okay, I get something back. And people are fine with that. So it'll only work if if you get back what you give out.
Well, maybe not only, but
look, how long are you going to put up with only giving and getting nothing back?
Yeah. And I would dare say that in most relationships, one does feel the other. One does feel that one puts out more than the other person gives.
But as another thing with interdependence, interdependence is not just it's about a bit beyond just returning the favor. So saying it is, there's something acknowledging there's some things that I'm not good at. Okay, but because look, we're human. We can't be good at everything. It's impossible. You would not be human if you were. Okay?
Can come close.
Even a computer or a robot wouldn't be, because they're programmed for a certain thing.
Sure.
Yeah, so we're not going to be.
Yeah. We've all got skills.
We also have skills, and we all lacks in certain areas. And so if the other person is strong in the area you lacked, you're interdependent. Interdependent then. Interdependent then. Okay, so it's it's not like you're as I say, some people can get confused with that and then thinks they're being jailed, being locked up there in this system of having to rely on someone else. It is not that. It is advantaging in life when you've got another skill set that you don't have. So, for example, I mean, it could be a doctor, or and so forth, and a doctor, while they're good in the medical profession, they may have zero knowledge of the law, for instance. And so,
or accounts, or how to do tax,
or how to do accounts, or so forth. And if their partner was able to do that,
change a tire,
do that, then automatically they've acquired years of study and experience in that area right there at their fingertips, working for them.
Yep.
You see that? So on that, we'll go to the music. We'll let our audience have some time to ponder over that. We'll go to some music and we'll be right back.
All right.
And now we are going to discuss both sides, how they are contributing to them not getting together. So it takes two to tango.
Takes two to tango.
So I will start with the women, which is what most people know. Women have become too self-focused. Really. I mean, modern culture tells women to prioritize career, lifestyle, self-expression, and what they really want. Yeah, and especially as you know, feminism and feminists have been encouraging women to just focus on their careers and forget about family, and especially children.
Yeah. Well, there seems to be an agenda. They don't want the population is too great.
Too great.
So they're trying to, and
it's discouraged by other means, social engineering.
Yeah. I remember in LA, I was living there for a while, and they were saying that it was so expensive to have a child because you've got to pay for all the hospitals and things. So it was like $50,000 to give birth to a child. So it was, people were opting out for pet dogs instead.
So really, then what about all those people on welfare then having, like 5 children with 5 different men? I don't know how they
get an income from it.
No, how can they afford to give birth they've given birth
Well, in
successively.
Australia it's different, isn't
No,
it?
no, I'm saying even in the US, I'm saying like.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm not quite
because
sure.
you were
actually,
talking about
yes.
the US.
Yeah.
I think
I'm
there
not-
should be. There was some hospitals that take and do
Yeah, there
free
might be some form of, I don't know. You can't just leave people out in the street.
street giving birth. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know really.
Though it is really sad. I heard of a case where a woman she had an accident, and the bystander saw that how she was injured. She broke her leg, and to call an ambulance, and she was begging, please don't call, I cannot afford the ambulance. And it was because it was a few $1,000s over there, but they called it anyway. I think she just drove her to financial ruin.
Yeah.
It's sad that that she has to beg.
Yeah,
She
no.
needed medical attention, but begging them not to.
I know. Yeah. It's really pretty hard over there.
Yeah.
There's even stories about people getting turfed out at midnight because that's when their insurance run out, and they were turfed out freezing cold. They were stopping at a bus stop with a nightgown on at a bus stop, like freezing cold because there was nowhere else to go. And got turfed out of hospital once your billing cycle is over.
Yeah, no more coverage.
No
You can't
more
pay
coverage.
the hospital anymore.
Out you go. You see, so in these instances, it's good to know that someone's got your back, a partner.
Yeah,
somebody
and a
that
partner.
loves you and somebody that's got your back.
Yeah, people say, oh,
Because
you
life
live
can be
alone.
difficult,
You don't, Yeah, they say that, oh, you don't need anyone, whatever. Okay, what happens if you fall ill? It's like, oh, there's a hospital, you can go to hospital. Really? I mean, after surgery, surgery now, a lot of the times, now it would be day surgery, you're expected to just leave. Same day you have surgery.
Yeah.
So how are you going to cope?
Yeah.
Get home. Just collapse there.
Family, friends.
Who's going to hand you water when you need it? Or helping you to the bathroom? Yeah, our family might do it, but family also have their own lives. You know, they can't come over unless it's your parents. They'll do it. Like, and only if they live
But
close
otherwise,
enough.
you're a burden.
Otherwise you're burdening your friends. Yeah, good for social and
Who's going to get up and make you soup and stuff?
Yeah,
you know?
having fun. Yeah.
And if you can't stand on your own 2 feet, how are you going to make anything to eat?
Yeah, you can't. And it's, they don't want an inconvenience to you. Your friends might drop off a takeaway for you, and that's a very good friend that'll do it. But that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So people really need to think. I mean, like the other thing, like dating has been framed around what can I get, not what can I give.
That seems to be the way.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, there's.
Oh, you will?
There's recently been a video clip circulating around social media. It was like a show, it was actually a Mormon dating show.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So they had a group of
saw
men.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you saw it. Yeah, you had a group of guys. These are young people.
Yeah.
Group of guys in the chairs on one side, and a group of girls sitting
And they
down
couldn't
on
see
the
each
side.
other.
Yeah, they couldn't see
The
each other
big
because the
curtain in between.
Curtain in between, so they can only hear their voice.
They can only hear the voice and what their interests are and what they like. And all that.
And all that. So they tell, and then the guys on the other side decide whether or not they want to date that based on that. So not about appearance because they cannot see each other
Sure.
at all.
Yeah.
And now, but in particular, the clip was of this girl named Riley, I think 22 or 23. She said, "My name's Riley. I'm interested in adventure. She's learned scuba diving. She's done rock climbing.
Hang
she wants to
gliding,
hang gliding, all that thing, and she wants to go down to Australia with
Adventures.
adventure. So she's looking for an adventure partner, whether that."
We'll make sure our back is covered and make sure she's all right.
What she said, she said that she can depend on and would be there for her.
Yeah.
Now, all the girls were clapping after she said that.
Yeah.
So they were all in agreement of that. They would have thought that's a pretty good statement.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good things to say.
But no man pressed the buzzer.
The men they were all quiet and they were asking the men, okay, who wants to date Riley?
Cricket.
Crickets. It was an awkward moment, and then okay.
She did have a funny voice, but
Yeah, thanks,
she had
Riley.
the wee whiny voice type of thing.
They all do, don't they? But I thought it was.
They all do.
I thought it was the American accent. That was the reason.
No, she had a funny voice. and a lot of people put picture a voice to a looker or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I tell you, it's not always true. I mean, sometimes the most beautiful
I saw it with my own eyes. And heard it with my own ears.
Yeah.
I heard this most beautiful, alluring voice. It was like, wow, so, like, for want of a better word, sexy. I don't know, but anyhow, it was beautiful voice. But the person's image just didn't suit it whatsoever. Did not suit it whatsoever. And it looked like, it was almost like a Marilyn Monroe type of thing. And then the next thing you know, what was presented was completely different. So
Exactly.
but usually, for the most part, you can tell what someone looks like or how they, or whatever.
But I'm
the
just
voice
telling you
tone.
that the backlash. There was backlash on after this clip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mostly criticism from women, and they're saying those guys they don't appreciate. They're such a nice girl, and of someone fairly attractive, a nice girl. Basically criticizing the guys.
But there was a demographic issue there because there were Mormon guys.
Yeah, there was a
And
Mormon.
so if you were asking the average 19-year-old that's going out partying every week and goes to rave parties and things, she would have probably got a much greater response rather than crickets.
Yeah.
But because she chose church-going people with families, Mom, here's my new girlfriend. They were looking really to get married, these guys, because they're based on
They're
the Mormons. Yeah, they're religious.
They're religious.
So they're not really the ones that go out dating loose women type of thing.
But basically, for them.
Yeah.
They're after someone serious.
Yeah.
Not just someone. What they hear
Yeah.
is a girl that's not much up
And
there.
I remember
or
the
just wants to
guy saying some things like, so she wants to go to Australia, eh? So I can just imagine.
Yeah.
Now, you go to Australia and there's like Aussie guys with the accent and all, because American women seem to love Aussie guys. And then so you could imagine that's what these guys are thinking. If I go over there with her and she meets all these Aussie guys, she's off. And I'm sort of left there,
Is that what they were saying?
Well, they were saying, she wants to go and meet with Australians.
Yeah.
So I can't compete. I can't compete with these Aussie guys.
You know why? Because she's looks like just a fun seeker.
Yeah.
So she's not serious.
Yeah.
And so that's why, understandably, you understand why the guys were not interested.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone that's actually after a serious relationship should not be choosing her. I'm saying, and I don't know what they would choose. What they would choose is someone serious. Now, I don't know. For her, she truly just wanted an adventure guy, just to accompany her, or she thought that would make her more attractive, stand out and be an attractive pick.
Because I'm doing something that men like to do.
Men like to do, yeah.
Men are adventurous.
Yeah, or she's just thinking about herself and what she wants to do. But for someone that wants, you've got to think about, all she has just said is what she wants, and she wants the guy to
look after her. Yeah.
In essence, when she says depend on, be there for her.
She didn't say much about, I'd like to share an experience.
Experience with her.
Share it with someone.
Because basically, look, you're there, you're supposed to...
Laugh together, experience something new together, watch the sunrise together, watch the sunset together while,
It's really basic, when you're trying to sell something, wouldn't you want to point out or do the sales pitch? And that product, anything, would benefit the other person you're trying to sell to. Yeah, basis of selling. At all. Marketing, I think marketing.
Benefits.
Marketing 101.
Facts and benefits. Facts and benefits.
All she's done is what she wants on her side, and that's the same, the guy to service her, that sounds of it. What? Yeah. Who wants to do that?
Carry my bags type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That.
I need someone to carry my bags for me.
Yeah, what do I get out of it?
Yeah. and need someone to be a bodyguard for me.
Yeah. And help me out of
And if
that.
I'm in trouble anywhere, you can step in and
help.
scare away the Aussie guys.
Oh, not only that, if I get myself in trouble,
Yep.
you have to
come and bail me out.
Yeah.
While I party on.
Party on.
Yeah, so I've got my own bodyguard type of thing.
So I think those guys are actually pretty smart.
Well,
they could see it. No. In context of it.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is that the guys all were they sort of like they knew each other, all Mormons, and then so they've obviously been talking about I'm after the what we've got to be careful about is. You see, so
she was really attention seeking in times. That taste gives off the vibe, the attention seeking vibe that they've gotten used to, because that's what they've been trained. That is what you should be.
Yeah,
don't care about
princess
anywhere
type
else.
of mentality, really, isn't it?
Because social media reinforces vanity and attention seeking. Yeah. And marriage has become about status, not service. I mean, you've heard of women gushing over the wedding and planning the wedding and put so much store in the wedding, about what type of dress she wants to wear. You go to Bridezilla or whatever. Oh, I want to ride in a horse-drawn carriage and all that. So,
yeah.
But never think about, well, what about the marriage? What happens after that?
Yeah.
That, the wedding itself is only one day.
It's only one day.
And then the marriage itself is supposed to be for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. How much thought have you put into it? You put so much thought and effort and the time into this one day.
Yeah.
What about, because it's glamorous and you're the star and so forth.
What happens after that?
What happens after that?
It's all downhill from there.
It's all downhill from there. Okay. So the other thing, well, look, love dies when self-absorption lives. I mean, when it's all about me, there is no room for we.
There's no great. That's a very large truism. Yeah, when it's all for me and none for thee type of thing.
Yeah, so
love dies, doesn't it? I mean,
like a tip for people trying to sell themselves or get a date, and then you got to okay. If you're selling to someone, you got to advertise why should outline why should they pick you. What good will they get?
Yeah.
What did they get out of it?
Yeah. Why would somebody choose me?
So what do you think she would have been better off saying if she actually was serious?
Well, I mentioned before, it says I'd like to experience together with somebody, share that moment with someone, and have a laugh together and see new wondrous things together, taste new cuisines together, and just be at one with someone, be happy. Something like that. I don't know, but you're right. She come from the premise of self. Massive turn off, isn't it?
Well, considering that these are Mormon guys, I'll be highlighting why I am a marriage material.
Yeah.
Okay, not about. So I wouldn't be talking about going fun with someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be not even what you said.
Well, she could even say, but I mean, if that's what you've got to be honest, haven't you? That's what I really want to do. 2 years of adventuring around the world.
She's probably
so she had to be honest about it.
Yeah, so she's on. If that's the case, she's on the wrong dating show.
That's what I mentioned before. You're on the wrong.
You're on the wrong
demographic.
Okay, what do you think these guys want to hear?
Well, they're obviously looking for marriage, so they're looking for people who, one, is into basically, if somebody's a Mormon or one of them in one of these type
Bible,
of things, or things, you've almost got to be the same as them, because it wouldn't work, wouldn't it? It'd be a conflict if one's say into Islam and one's into Mormons or religion. If you're not, because they're so fixated on that religion, it's a massive part of their lives, their families, on all of that. If you're different from that, that's not going to work, is it, really? Or it's difficult.
It is difficult. It is difficult, but like I said before, then they should only be marrying Mormons then.
That's exactly right. That's what, when you ask about where should they be looking, well, it's in their own community.
Yeah, someone at church.
It's in their own community.
Church,
yeah.
But
and if you're looking for marriage material, that's the best place to find someone.
Yep.
is a church. Why? Because the infidelity, they don't get into that.
No.
Much less likely to be into
Because they would follow the doctrine.
follow the
doctrine,
doctrine,
at least try to. But
to become as one and all of that.
Yeah, but I think you're misunderstanding what I
Okay,
mean.
pray
I'm thinking, so put religion aside.
Mm-hmm.
Men think being serious, want to eventually get married. What do you think they want to hear?
I like being at home. I love cooking. I love nurturing. I love to be feminine. I like the feminine role. I'm not into threesomes. I don't go out and things. Whatever.
I tell you, on the flip side, I think then she would be slammed by the other girls.
Yeah.
How boring. Sanya, you're betraying the sisterhood.
All she needs to say is,
you want to be a doormat.
What do you like doing? They ask the question to them, what do you like doing best? Well, I think I've perfected something in life. I think I've come up with the new recipe for cherry pie, and I reckon it's close to being the world's best. Bang! I like making new dinners. I like coming up with new dinners, like at least one new one every week. I love it. I like coming up with new things all the time, new food cuisines. I'm really into that, and that would get you a lot of brownie points for these kind of guys.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
That will be music to their ears. But like I say, it's a disconnect. It's what the men are looking for, but the women are too afraid or to admit to, or even don't realize. They've lost the sense of qualities of being a marriage material.
Yeah. Well, in the old days, women would do that. They would cook from scratch. When the man went out to work and would come home, she was peeling the potatoes, she was doing this, and getting carrots from the garden, and stuff like that. But nowadays, it's pop it in the oven.
Yeah.
And we've got a washing machine, we've got dishwashers, we've got dishwasher, we've got that. So there's no real role anymore much.
I'll tell you something. With the women that cannot cook, it's like you're not a woman. Like you're missing something. You're missing a part of being a woman. Okay, I know this is not a popular thing, but just think about it. And this is my male equivalent. Men that cannot go out and change a tire. What do you think of a man like that? That's not a man. Can't even change a tire. You kind of like expect a man to be able to change a tire. Yeah? Well, the female equivalent is you expect a woman to be able to cook. You cannot cook. What type of woman is that?
Well, I think it's the premise of being nurturing. So I believe that a woman takes great joy in seeing the family grow and being nurtured and
However, they've been indoctrinated and they're saying, that's not what you should do. You think about nurture yourself, not anyone else.
Yeah, well,
Don't
that's
think about anyone. Think about yourself.
That's the key problem to all relationships in this world, not just between men and women, but to everybody in business and everywhere.
Yeah.
We're so self-centered. We're so self-orientated. When we wake up in the morning, we go, what am I going to do today? What am I going to eat? What am I going to... It's me, 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 me. And have you ever noticed the music is never as good if the notes only go to do, re, mi, me, 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 me. The problem is that most people are all becoming eye specialists.
Yeah.
I
specialists.
You know?
Yeah. Or me, 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 me.
Yeah. And so what's in it for me is the catch cry. And that's the problem with relationships. It's what the real meaning is we're supposed to be to become as one.
That's why people, they don't understand. And that's what that's what I keep saying. People do not even know what a marriage is, really. And now, how men are responding to women doing this, to women becoming too self-focused. Well, for one thing, they are withdrawing from dating or pursuing casual encounters only. Do you agree with that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, majorly. Yeah. You
men are fearful.
Yeah, men are fearful. Some men even refuse to date.
Yeah.
That movement, MGTOW.
Yeah.
Gone.
Men going their own way. Well, they'll only date just on
date
one.
For casual.
Yeah,
casual
and
encounters. Pursuing that. I mean.
Yeah.
And many women don't, and many feel women don't respect or need them, which is actually true because of the way women are being too self-absorbed and actually being taught and told that they need to just focus on themselves. So, well, if that's the case, then they were told you don't need men. And if that's the case, then, well, they're not going to think that they need men. And so the men would feel that they're not needed. And as a consequence of that, well, not respected. So
men used to be the protector before, the provider before.
Yeah, the masculine
now,
roles.
Women have got jobs. There's cameras around now. You can feel safer.
They took some that. Oh, and if anything, I'll just call the cops.
And I'll post you on Facebook.
Or post it on Facebook. Yeah, like I said, look, and the men have always had the masculine roles. Yeah, like you're saying, provider, protector, leader, and now
you don't need it.
Yeah, women are earning their own money. However, then
why do I need a man?
Why do I need a man? That's one thing. Well, until loneliness gets them in the end.
Yeah.
That's
why they have more and more casuals.
No casual, but I'll tell you, and there was one man that I saw this on the video, and he was saying about his friend, this woman, that she came out of college in the US and decided no, she doesn't need a man. She would do everything on her own. So she did. She actually and created her own business, started her own business.
Well, you can
and did
do
all
it.
that.
Yeah,
and she was doing very well. And as long as he'd known her, she's working and so forth and that. Yeah, she didn't marry or particularly have relationships until
the body clock.
Until she was actually 60, and then she goes to him, I want a man. After her entire life, now she wants a man. And why is that? Why do you think she suddenly changed her mind?
There's she might look upon all that she's got in a physical sense or a financial sense and still feel it's all empty.
Yeah, I was saying
no one to share it with.
Loneliness. Loneliness. Yeah, no one. Yeah, she's gone through her life not being able to share it with anyone. It's just
giving people the orders or whatever.
Yeah, no, it's not in that. It's just like you go on a holiday or a trip, solo trip. It's different when you go with someone. Go with someone you're able to share the adventure, what you see on the trip together with the other person. Have a conversation and your sense of bewilderment and so forth. It's a nice thing. But if there's no one there, you just share all that sense on your own. It's not the same. And she's gone through life just like being on her own. She's not able to share anything with someone.
Yeah,
I think, and then because she was so headstrong and she was so adamant and so forth, I think that she had something to prove to herself and everyone else actually, until eventually, she was over caring about making a point. And decided, you really do need someone. I want a man.
I watched this clip about it was quite an attractive looking woman, but she says, I've never been on a date for years. I don't know what it is. Why is men, what's wrong with men these days? They don't even look, they don't even say hi, they don't even pay attention. And I've never been on a date for years. And I says, I just want a partner. And I'm not even there's no one, and there's no one making any approach.
Good men stop showing up because they feel unwanted. And I'll tell you, if anyone's been on social media, there's a thing going on there. Now, women, all of a sudden, because they've been the Me Too movement, I think it has it been overdone. I think it has. So much so that men now
are reluctant to even make any even eye contact.
Even eye contact for fear of she'll snap back. What are you looking at? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure the fellas out there would know.
If he was tall, young, and handsome and wealthy, they look at me.
Come
but
here.
If it's not the right,
so it's not about I don't want women don't want attention.
I just want the right attention. I don't want the wrong attention.
No, they want the right attention. They want attention. It doesn't matter right or wrong. They just want it from the right guy.
Yeah.
It's so to speak.
Yep.
Lyra me and this woman saying, I haven't, men don't even come up and talk to me. She was at the point where, She wanted a man to grab her boobs.
Oh,
She's that starved of male attention that she'll even, get that. That's so, I want a guy to touch my boobs. That's how I grab my boobs. Well, no guy is going to dare to do that nowadays.
not now.
Nowadays. And and because of that, the women being nasty back and then saying, what are you looking at? Even if you so much look at them. So what do you think the men are going to do? They're going to stop talking to women. They're going to stop looking at them.
Yeah.
And they're not going to know which woman would be okay about it and which isn't. So it's got to be a blanket
Yeah.
to no woman.
Yeah.
And women now are not getting dates and so forth. And there's a situation in China.
Is there ever? What a turnaround.
What a turnaround.
It used to be the opposite.
Yeah, look, China has a gender imbalance. Absolute gender imbalance. That is well known, and that is a fact because of their one-child policy.
But I thought they all wanted men. They all wanted to have boys.
Yeah, and that's why
people didn't want to have girls.
Yeah.
And then there was just a massive amount of boys.
No, because they were only allowed one child.
That's right.
And so
So they preferred to have the boy rather than the girl.
Let me put it to you. If you can only keep one hand, which hand would you pick?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo?
Would you?
No.
You
keep your right hand, yeah?
You keep your right hand because it's stronger. Okay. Look, you'd love to have two hands. You'd love to have two hands, but if you can only keep one, of course, you are going to keep the hand that would be able to do more things, like your right hand. Your right hand, and you keep your right hand. And so it's not about them looking, China hates women and then they get rid of it. Well, they can only have one choice. So I think you'd rather choose the right hand. They'd rather choose the boy because the boy, in the culture,
then they've created an imbalance in society.
Let me explain. In the culture, it's the male, and usually the eldest son has responsibility of looking after the parents. So if they have their only child's a girl, she's not going to look after them. She's going to look after her husband's parents.
And here it'd be the opposite, wouldn't it? It would be the woman would be expected to look after parents more than.
Well, you mean in naturally? Well, naturally in terms of nursing, like the nursing aspect of women, yes. But the thing is, the resources traditionally men have resources, you say, and in terms of that, how is a woman going to bring her parents to live with her family, her husband, and that? Okay, and then the husband will not be happy about that, but normally but it's to their son. Then the son has more clout. He can say, "Yeah, it's my parents." So you cannot blame them in that instance. Now, because of that happened, there is an absolute gender imbalance. They're saying like some sort of 50 million more men than women. So around up to at the age of 50, there's about 50 million more men.
Goodness.
Than women. However, but in the dating scene, look, I'll tell you this. There was a matchmaking event, okay, and the women had to pay 3,800 yuan, which is equivalent to about 800 Australian dollars, and that is a lot of money. Even in Australia, it is a lot of money. Not many people would be willing to pay $800 to attend a matchmaking event in Australia. But these women did, and it was supposed to be a high-end matchmaking event. That's why it was so expensive. I mean, have you heard of, say, an $800 matchmaking event? Like you had to pay buy a ticket for $800 to attend that type of event in Australia?
No.
Almost no, but they did in China. And so it was billed as a hire, so the women paid, the men don't have to pay.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And here it would almost definitely be the other way around, wouldn't it?
I'll tell you something. Yes
Not
and no.
anymore. Maybe that was before.
Yes and no, yeah. Okay, it depends on which platform it is. If you're talking about Ashley Madison, then yes, majority is men. They paid. It was all about having
I
affairs.
don't know much about any of them. But
But yeah, and then the women there, so they turned up dressed to the nines, and some of the women are gorgeous, very beautiful. Not one man turned up,
no.
even though they could attend for free.
Even though they could attend for free, not one man turned up.
And you imagine the women were ripped off.
That finds a bit hard to believe.
Well, but it's true, and I'll tell you. Well, one thing is I'm pissed off at the organisers for not actually knowing beforehand. You know,
So then
you
I
had a
wouldn't have-
registration event.
Yeah.
You know, but I guess
I
they're
wouldn't
too
have got
greedy.
all dressed up.
Yeah,
With nowhere to go.
I mean, I guess they were greedy for the money from the women, desperate women.
Yeah.
Okay, but the reason why the men didn't turn up.
So they didn't pay guys $100 just to go along for a couple hours.
Oh,
That's
no.
what they should have done.
That's what
Got
they should have
about-
done.
got
It's
about
be a
100
fake one. You mean make a fake?
Well,
event?
that's where it was fake, anyways. I mean, if you're going to take the woman's money,
Yeah.
and no guy turns up,
You mean hire a couple of actors?
it means that you knew that prior to.
Yeah,
So
they
that
you would
you-
have known that prior to. They
Yeah.
still went ahead.
Still went ahead.
Look, and the reason why the men didn't turn up, I'll tell you, because these women, they're after the top 10% of men. They're very high.
Yeah.
Their condition, their criteria, their wants are very high, and the men that don't fit into that,
They're not interested.
yeah, and so if they turn up, they're just going to be humiliated. No one's going to choose them, even though you have a whole ballroom full of women. No one would pick them. All right, and so.
And the criteria for all these women would have started. What would be at the top of their list?
Yeah, okay, minimum height. This is very typical for those that know. 180 centimeters tall.
Minimum height.
Minimum height, 180 centimeters tall.
Yeah.
Good looking.
Yeah.
Owns his own house and
think
car.
that-
No debt.
I think
no
that-
debt.
No debt.
No mortgage.
But I think that's at the top of the list.
And maybe a few million a year earns a few million a year. That's what they all want.
Yep.
So how many men fit that criteria?
Well, there's
If
a
they-
few, but
Yeah, look, one, the men that don't are not going to turn up because otherwise they get rejected anyway. What's the point?
what's the point?
Be humiliated. Secondly, men that
Might be
do
a good night out, but
like gets humiliation, you won't get a date.
yeah.
And secondly, the men that do have that criteria, well, they don't need to attend these events, do they, for a date?
No.
They will get snatched up just like that.
Just like that.
So it's very unrealistic that you'll find a high value man at these events. Is that true? But also, the thing is, there are far more single women in the cities than there are single men. Okay, that's not where the men's shortage is. The male shortage is in the country. You know, just like the world over, women leave the country for the city for better opportunities and all. So it's mostly men that say, you know, even in Western countries, in the rural areas, there's more men than women. Yeah, you agree?
Yeah.
And that is
Farmer wants a wife.
yeah, that is quite common. And so, but it's even more pronounced in China because the rural men there, it's not like the rural areas in the Western country where you have very wealthy farmers. Their farmers are usually poor, and they're just basically subsistent living, earn a little bit, and so they're poor. And so women are not interested in those men.
No.
Okay, even though in the cities, what they term is leftover women. From the age of, I think, above, not even 30, above
28.
28
you're
and over,
leftover.
you're leftover, you're too old. Even though you might look beautiful, you might have earn a lot of money, highly educated. You may even have your own house and car.
They're not even interested.
Men are not interested in those women.
25.
Yeah, they want 25 with no education, no money, does not matter as long as they're young.
Yeah.
So, you know, and then there's this, you know, I think I mentioned this before in China. There's these matchmaking parks. How
Yeah.
they put these boards on matchmaking.
And
park
have you seen how many of them?
Yeah, the huge
It
amounts.
goes on for miles. And it's only on for 2 hours or something.
Well, I think it'd be on for a bit longer. But people, they write either they just have their boards there or they attend there personally. Okay, have their...
And the parents are selling the daughters. Oh, she's really good.
She's really good at selling the criteria. Okay, you know, their age, height, education level, income level, if they own a house and car, that sort of thing. And there was someone pointed out, 35-year-old woman. Okay, she says she earns so much and so forth. She wants a 25-year-old guy that's mature, earns a lot of money, is considerate, and all that. I was saying, honey, a 25-year-old guy with those conditions, why would he choose you? He'll go for a 20-year-old woman. This comes back to again. What do you have to offer someone?
Yeah.
You're trying to nab that person. What's the incentive? What's in it for them to choose you? Why would they choose you?
Yeah, that's right.
And because these women, as they get older, I mean, they might have good, but what they want doesn't change. They still want the same thing. You know, I want a man with this, and this, got to be this height, and so forth. And some of them, because they're too picky, when they're young, I guess that they're naive. People the world over naively think they've got all the time in the world. When they've got offers, nah, I can do better than him. Nah, until they start getting older and older. They keep thinking, nah, I can do better. Not yet. But then the people that are willing to date them, well, the quality is nowhere near what they used to get.
Yep.
And then they realize...
They don't get the same attention anymore walking down the street or...
I don't get that men with the quality of men that they used to be interested in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it drops real quick.
And drops really quick. They realize that that's not enough. I mean, you really have to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Mm-hmm. Why would they want you? So be a smart salesman. In other words,
you got to be a marketer. Yeah. You got to be a marketer. You got to know your demographic. You've got to know your product positioning.
Yeah.
Your placement, you know, your price.
Your price.
And your promotion.
Yeah. So it's really, I mean, that's what's blocking true connection. It really is unrealistic expectations, you know, and it's fueled by online comparison. You know, someone else has a partner is this height, so I want a partner that height too, good looking, you know, going places and so forth. In the first instance, women always want the same thing, even though they do not admit it. All right, look. Universally, universally, everyone wants a good-looking partner. Yeah.
Yeah, and they want a better life as well.
Men and women, and you want a better life. Okay. No one. If someone's going to drag you down, why would you go there? You know, and that's why the saying goes: a woman chooses a partner at her level and up, a man at his level and down. And the really true. And that's been the world over. You never see a billionaire marry another billionaire. True. If a billionaire man, he doesn't marry a self-made billionaire woman.
Yeah, it's usually the case, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if a billionaire woman, she wants
a billionaire man.
She wants a billionaire
at a level, and the reason is I don't. People should not blame women for this. Like I say, the way they explain it, I guess psychologists and even Jordan Peterson says, when she's pregnant, she's vulnerable, so she wants a man to be able to take care of her and so forth, you know, and so forth. And that's fine, be a protector. That's one thing. But another thing is that a woman cannot pull a man up. A man can pull a woman up, but a woman cannot pull a man up. He pulls her down. Okay, unless she got so much money, unless you're like a Gina Reinhardt, then that he cannot destroy the whole empire because it's just too much. Otherwise, he pulls her down. Because a man may not, even though he may not work, he might still try to want to assert the man that he's the man and got to follow his orders, even though it's wrong. It's wrong. He cannot make those right decisions. That's why he's in the lower position that he is.
Yeah.
You know, you see that?
Yeah.
You see that?
See there's a lot of complications there.
Complications there. You know, and besides that, there's also confusion over gender roles. as well. Now we're taught we're all the same. We're all equal. Equal meaning the same. Okay, you split the cooking, you split the dishwashing, washing up
Buying
the
the
dishes,
groceries and all
buying the
that.
groceries, or mowing the lawn. Which women say, "Oh yes, I'll split the mowing lawn," but they don't want to do it. It goes back to because it's harder for them to do it. It's a physical job.
Yep.
It's a physical task.
They can do it.
They can do it, but it's,
it's hard.
harder
It's hard.
for them to do it. But men, they then insist men on doing half the cooking. Yes, men can do it, but it's harder. Unless he's a professional chef or he really loves cooking has some bent with food.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's harder for him.
Yeah. I had to cut a birthday cake recently and I found it difficult. I noticed the woman could just chum, 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 chum. There you go, put it in a plate, plonk, 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 everybody's got some.
So wouldn't
But
it make
it was me, I was like, oh my God, how on earth am I going to do this? Oh.
So wouldn't it make more sense to have the task to whoever does it easier?
Yeah.
It's easier for the person.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than basically torturing the both of you. There's no point. So men don't know what their role is anymore.
Yeah.
And women are adamant that they're not going to be, modern young women, they're not going to be doormat. They're not placed on this earth to be a slave to you.
Yeah.
You do your own cooking, you do your own laundry, I do. And then what do you do?
You've got to earn so many zeros, otherwise.
Yeah.
And that means
But they
it's
don't-
because so that you can take care of me really well and I won't need to do anything.
But they never think about why would someone want to do that. What's in it for them?
Yeah.
They don't think of what's in it for the other person.
Yeah. Well, you can get nagged at. Yes, I can keep you on the straight and narrow. I can tell you how to do everything. I can control every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
And so that's the position of most women. They control every aspect of the life.
So and not always in a good way.
And not always in a good way. And look, honestly, I don't believe that there's been a single creature on this earth who's been more abused than the human female.
Yeah, historically.
Historically.
Historically, yeah.
And so that's a residue. That's a residual as well. So, women have had it hard over the years. And so I don't really know where it goes to from here, though, does it? Where does it play out? How does it stay in alignment?
Well, look, there's a fear of vulnerability. They're hiding behind independence. There's a lack of humility and service and sacrifice in relationships.
Sacrifice.
What an offensive word, sacrifice of all things. Yes, you do have to do sacrifices in a relationship because it's not just about you anymore. You have to think of the other person.
Yeah.
That
and that's
is
the
a
key.
partnership.
You've got to think about the other person. You can't just wear you've got to think about other people's shoes.
Yeah.
Empathy, I believe it's called.
Empathy, yes. So the way back to each other, how do we do this? So for women,
Well, you've got to sell the benefits.
for women, you've got to shift from getting to giving.
Got to shift from getting to
giving, yeah. You've got to appreciate men for their strengths and roles
Yep.
and relearn the beauty of femininity and softness.
Yeah. And if that can be strengthening. Because if you notice a lot of men, I remember once this guy he was all wound up it was like a bodybuilder. He was a bodyguard for a while.
Yeah.
And he looked like Mr. T out of that TV show. And he looked,
The 18 or
oh
something.
man, you wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley type of thing. And he was like big aggressive, and he had to fight with a few people and all of that. But with me, he was great. He was the greatest guy. He protected me and all of that. He was lovely. But I remember one day he went out on a date with a girlfriend that he's thinking about getting married to. And he came back all soft and all nice. And I says, you see what women do to a man?
He was in love.
You see what women do to a man? It says, yeah, it makes you all,
Googly gaga.
like softer, And so women keep men on the side of good, if you notice.
Women civilize men.
Yeah, they keep men on the side of good. Because men will have a tendency of thinking, oh, I could get away with this, or I could do something here, or something villainous perhaps, or unsavory, you could say. but a woman wouldn't allow it.
No.
She'll spot out all the things where something could go wrong.
Yeah.
Whereas a man might not see what could go wrong, and then,
Yeah.
you know.
But even something, this is an example for our audience. So, you understand it better. Just imagine a group of men.
Yeah,
okay?
and they're walking towards you
Towards
at
you.
midnight.
Yeah,
Down,
the
a, down, a,
energetics.
down an energy, I think, street. And
That's
then
scary.
it's like, first and foremost is you got to watch every move, everything, because you think you're going to get jumped.
Yeah. However,
But if there's a couple of girls there,
then the dynamics and the
it
energetics
completely changes. Yeah.
It's all balanced.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. I remember that. I was bridging up with seeing these guys walking, and I said, oh, there's a couple of girls at the back. I'll be all right.
So they'll be all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You naturally you do. And it's true.
It's true.
It's true.
It's absolutely true.
Unless in one of those really small cases where it's like actually a gang and the female gang member, but then you can tell
sometimes they're even worse than
psycho.
the blokes.
But then you can feel the energetics. That woman that's part of that, she's not normal woman. And
they're not a normal woman.
You can tell straight away.
Yeah, they're corrupted.
Yeah, you can tell straight away.
Yeah, they're corrupted.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them around. But
this is the thing. Women are afraid of being feminine. It's afraid of being actually. You know why? Because they're taught that they're to live and be strong, independent, and that's the pinnacle of womanhood. And so going back, you don't want to be a doormat. At home in an apron cooking, don't be a doormat. And so it's like it's something they're embarrassed about.
Yeah.
And they're worried whether or not they'll be facing criticism from other women, not men, other women, if they're feminine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And say, I love cooking, I love gardening, I love raising children. Oh, you poor woman, you don't know what life is.
Yeah.
That's the attitude
Yeah.
that she'll get.
Yeah.
So there is a fear. There is women that want to be feminine and do all that really because they realize biologically, then their instinct, that's what they want to do. They want to be looked after rather than try to be the boss, the boss girl. So it's also peer pressure as well. But ladies, if you want a man, be feminine. Why would a man want a woman that's masculine or have masculine traits?
Well, no,
they can recognize
a
that.
lot of guys would want that, and a lot of guys do want girls that are soft, feminine, vulnerable. But some other guys like women that are strong, assertive, and tough, and a lot of ones want.
Okay, why? May I ask you, why would they want a woman to be like a man?
Maybe it's representing their mother, or maybe it's representing something that there's a weak aspect in their lives, and they can fill it with that. So,
because you mean if they themselves are not assertive?
Yeah, and then maybe they find opposites attract, perhaps.
No, when that happens, the man gets bullied. So that he's into a bullying relationship. She will not respect
Well, that
him.
virtually never happens, does it?
Yeah, what? A man gets bullied?
A man gets bullied quite a lot.
Yeah, so yeah, I doubt that. The men that say they want a strong, independent woman, stand up for herself, I think they confuse it with wanting a woman that is capable in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, rather than having just those traits.
Yeah.
So they don't really want a strong, independent woman. They want a woman that's capable to handle things, but still be a woman.
Yeah.
What man still wants a woman that acts like a man?
Yeah.
Do a man want to go woman cigarettes, have a couple of beers with the blokes?
And watch the footy.
And watch the footy, sit down and all that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
John's being a slob.
And then the man sits down and watches the romantic comedy.
Yeah. Well, that's what society, modern feminists want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, role reversal. For some, I don't know, some agenda.
Yeah.
Look, so the way back, so that's for women. Now for men, they need to step into authentic leadership, not withdrawing. Yeah, step up and be a man, okay, so to speak. Build purpose and vision, not just reactions. Okay.
The problem is that build purpose and vision. And in that, a lot of men are fearful of relationships because if you do build something together, you do build something of value and things, It can be gone in any moment. And here's the deal. The man has a legal responsibility in a court. If there's a divorce or something, he cops it,
Yeah.
usually.
So
He's
that's
the one
why
that cops it.
that's why I keep telling people.
Whereas women don't really have that. They've got no legal responsibility. They're not pressured to come up with anything. The man has got to provide the house, and especially if there's children, it's usually the case that he sleeps on a park bench or the back of his car, while the woman's with another guy in the house, in the bed that he paid for and he provided for and all of that. And that's the worry. Because that can happen at any time.
Yeah.
You could be 5-10 years down the road, and then she could come home and say one day and say, "Get out of my house." And the only option you've got is to leave, really. And that's and so imagine that hanging over your head for a man. How vulnerable you are every single day. All it needs to be is that, "Oh, they're sick of you now. Oh, you've provided enough. I'm in the right position now financially. You can depart." And so, and the poor bloke is left now, and then he can't get another relationship again anymore. You know why? One, sleeping in his car doesn't smell so good. Secondly is he's got another debt that he's got to pay off until the kids are at a certain age and the house is paid off or whatever. So he can't really afford another place and to look after another family.
That's why men, you have to know how to choose.
That's why they're not a lot of the times. That's why men are not choosing.
Yeah,
because they're too scared of the consequences.
So go on life
and
on
we
your
all
own.
know about the honeymoon period.
Of course.
The first 6 months of marriage is wonderful and great. Wow. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it starts changing. And agendas change.
You know what?
And
Yeah.
positions change after the other person's in a position of strength. They've got the contract. They're legally set for life. They're legally set. And all they need now is you to pay it off for a while or whatever.
Well, that's why.
And that's what men are fearful of.
Yeah, and that's why those young guys, no one wanted to date Riley. They can probably tell. Yeah, going to be one of those.
Yeah.
So, all she does is thinks about is herself.
Yeah.
True?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a vibe she's getting.
And a lot of men outside of churches, outside of a religious background, they're worried to do it. Why? Because the girls can like to go out with their friends to nightclubs, and they're away with another guy just like that. Usually, a lot of the times, and
but the thing is, it's men's own fault as well, because they choose
the wrong one.
With their loins, and the looks. They only choose based on what they want. They think they want, rather than what they need.
And then in the beginning, they're not probably competent enough to observe the little
they don't
foibles.
They don't know how to choose. That's what. And I don't blame them because men are.
Well, they can't pick up the telltales. You see, there's tells in everyone. So everyone's personality has a tell to it. If you're hiding some psychopathic, some schizophrenic tendencies, it's not going to take too long before life will bring some type of instance where that is drawn out of you. For example, does someone lose their temper quickly? Something trivial. And then they have outbursts and like screaming rage outbursts because something upset them on a trivial level. And that is an indicator of what's to come, isn't it? You know? So there's all these little things in life where this situation occurred, that situation occurred. How was that other person? How did they respond to that? And that's pretty much what you're going to get from the personality. Because people put on a social face, and men as well put on the peacock feathers. You know, if you see a peacock bird walking around, it looks like any other bird. But the moment it opens up its feathers, look at me.
Yeah.
You know, so they peacock. So we're displaying our feathers for the most part. You know, and we're not really seeing the veneer, what's underneath the veneer. And those who are competent observers, however, can see something from one sentence. They can see something from a slight hand movement or whatever. They can pick up telltale signs on a persona, you see. But a lot of people can't. They don't see it. And one of the reasons why they don't see it is because they're too self-absorbed. absorbed. They're always thinking, what will I say next? What will I say next? Rather than, having that inner rapport or inner sort of questioning, you could say. And so we've really got to be competent observers about what we're looking at.
To be fair, not just about observe, but they don't know what to look for. They might observe, but they don't know what they're supposed to look for and how to interpret those. And like I keep saying, men have been terribly underserviced in terms of the relationship sphere.
In what way?
In proper relation advice, the only thing out there for men at the moment...
relationship advice, yeah.
Men,
MGTOWs.
And how to pick up women.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And MGTOW, they say, whatever you do, run for the hills, don't get married.
Yep.
Find another one quick. And then it's like 3 months relationships and dump them.
Dump them, that's
it. And get away, because after that, you're in trouble. Anything more than 3 months, then you're in trouble. And, so that's what's a big swell.
So never build up anything, and then basically telling men be on their own.
And you know why they say it? They say, because that way you'll keep your shit. You'll keep your car, you'll keep your house, you'll keep your money in your bank, you'll keep your investments.
Yeah,
you'll keep your superannuation.
You know what? They don't even think, and they've never encountered a woman that will actually help you grow it.
Exactly.
That's why.
Exactly. No, if you're a professional sports star, for example, if you're with a conventional relationship, guess what? You're playing second grade.
Yeah.
You're not getting there.
You're not getting there.
Because the attention that you give to your profession or your sport or your craft,
she
gets jealous of that time. She wants it, and she'll try to create some division that proves that, you should be looking after me more. But if she was nurturing, caring, and working on the same agenda as you, this is where we're going. This is what the purpose is. If I get to the first grade, this means that we've got a few million every year or whatever. And I need your help to help me get there. I can't do it by myself. I'm going to feel down. I'm going to things, and I need someone to push me on and guide me and say, there, you can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah.
I believe that you can make it.
The support.
I believe you can make it. And I reckon not only can you make it, I think you're the best. And then the man walks out the door, feels an extra three inches taller. He feels stronger in the muscles, and he performs better on the field. And he says, oh, yeah, wow, yeah, your performance is increasing. And it's largely because the woman behind, you see. And that can happen in business too. That can happen in just about everything. But what we find now in relationships is there's an antagonism. Me versus you type of thing, isn't it? It's not we versus the world. It's me versus you in many instances. So that's the big difference. In Sports Star, he can absolutely accelerate his career, but for the most part, I would say 90-something odd %, he's getting dragged down if he's in a relationship. If you want to be professional sports, you want to be an elite, stay away from relationships. Stay away. And unless you find someone who is exceptional, who can be an encouragement, who can be a positive force for you, who can be your backbone, who can be your there person to go to, your talk to person. And then I think a lot of the times the men that they stop involving women in their discussions and stop discussing everything with them and what they're feeling and how they're feeling and all that. They just bottle up. With an argument or something, men usually keep quiet in the home and just end up just doing it rather than creating arguments because otherwise it's frictionless. So they would rather just have no more communication.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
And communication is the centerpin of human existence. And when the communication breaks, then the relationship suffers somewhat. So it's tricky.
Yeah.
There's a lot to it.
Yeah.
That's why you do a show every week.
That's why I do a show every week. So really, yeah, you choose a woman, and also choose a woman, or choose women who value respect and not vanity, really.
Well, vanity that's one thing that's very observable.
Yeah.
How vain people are. And we're all so vain. I think there was a song about it, wasn't there? You're so vain. You probably think this song is about you.
And now we are coming towards the end of our show. This is
Already?
yeah, a very big, it was been a very big topic. Why men and women aren't getting together anymore. I mean, yeah, when men and women used to come together naturally, but now they're staying apart. And why is that? I mean, we've got, on one hand, women becoming too self-focused and absorbed, thinking about just me, the me generation generally as well. And I think that to an extent it also affects men. Men are guilty of that as well. Me as well. You know, it's like about men used to being the provider and protector. And now it's going to say, why do I have to provide for someone else? And they don't see that they'll get anything out of providing, looking after someone else. What's in it for me? I mean, that's a fair question.
It is.
Yeah, that's a fair thing.
And if we do build something together, is it going to be lasting? Am I going to end up with it, or am I going to be paying for someone else to share my pajamas?
But women don't know that that in a partnership, the real life partnership, you've got to offer something, or you got to be interdependent. Okay, not just saying what someone can do for you. Why would someone choose you? And you've got to, they're no longer feminine. So that's another thing why men want women. It's the femininity. And for men, but at the same time, they want to be protected, feel looked after and protected, even though they've never met it, because then that'll get criticism from feminists and other women. You know, you see how the women traditional wives and women that want to stay at home, they get attacked by other women. You see clearly, and so these women say, "I don't want," I don't want to be attacked as well.
But maybe it's just because they're really jealous in some way.
Yeah, they are. You know that you can have that.
What they don't like is other people being happy.
Other people happy. How can you be happy? Be having
you
a
shouldn't
traditional
be happy like that. You shouldn't be happy like that.
You should be like me, bitter and angry all the time.
Yeah.
So men are now, good men stop showing up because they basically feel unwanted. That's on the men's side. But however, on the flip side, men have a responsibility to avoid that situation happening to them where they lose everything. Is they have to choose carefully, and you have to choose what you need, not what you want. You have to choose the wife material woman.
You have to be smarter.
Yeah. No, not think with the loins. Okay? You have to choose the wife material. Like I said before, the one type of woman that keeps getting overlooked, very undeservedly overlooked, is the wife material woman. And why? Because men overlook them, pass them over because they're not exciting. So you got to decide. You want the excitement. You choose Riley. You go on become her adventure buddy. Okay.
So I think maybe is it largely because you can see that the mother of the family teaches the daughter usually what their role is and how to do things.
Of course, it gets passed down.
The man gets shown how to change a tire and how to work with tools or something. But does he get much relationship advice from the
his father?
Not much.
Yeah,
I don't believe so.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like the.
And the same men, you've got to be teaching your sons. Not MGTOW. Don't be like me and get married or whatever you say. Instead, you just say, learn from my mistake. I chose wrongly.
Yeah.
Because I did not think of this, and this, and this.
Yeah. Or get a house prior to, so you can get a thing called the prenup.
Or you choose someone that's willing to work with you to buy one. Because it's not easy to buy your own house now.
No, it's
on
not.
your own.
No, it's not.
Yeah. You need two people.
Yeah.
And for that, so two people need to rely on each other, have their jobs, and work towards that together. And this is one thing, I'll tell you, this is from Eastern. It wasn't mine, this saying's not mine originally, but I'm going to use it because it's correct. But the yin and the yang. Because men are yang and women are yin. And for man, like I say, a real man is yang, a real woman is yin. That's how it sees it. However, doesn't mean that woman can't be yang and a man can't be yin. You see it all the time, beta men being the yin. Okay, and that's domineering woman being the yang. Look, however, and men value femininity. All right, if you're a young woman and you come home and your husband's not home, if you don't want any problems, you need to look the other way. See no evil, hear no evil. If you want to keep the peace. If you're not happy with that, then stay at home and be a yin woman. Okay? Otherwise, don't complain. Okay? But on the flip side, if you're a yin man, you can't complain that your wife bullies you. You see? And then the one's like, really? You're not happy with that? Step up and be a young man. That'll get you respect then. You're not being what you're supposed to be.
Well, I suppose that's the thing about relationships. It brings out our inadequacies. It brings out the things that we're failing on. The word intimacy is into me see. You see, so another person can actually see deep inside of your soul, your very core of your being, and then these things come out to the surface. So it can be seen for what it is, and then it can be, hopefully be addressed, perhaps.
But the other side of the thing is, like I said about, being what you are. Like I tied back to what I previously said. A man loses respect if he cannot change a tire. Correct? Because you're a man, you're supposed to be able to change a tire. That's being a man. Be what you are. On the flip side, people don't really think about it. If you're a woman, you should be able to cook. To be a woman, otherwise you're not a woman. They're saying, two sides. Both guilty of it. I mean, I'm being fair on both sides. It's like you're seen as being less of a woman. You're not really a woman. It's like the man that can't change a tire. You're not really a man. Kind of thing. You don't have that respect. So this is what people like to see. Want a man to be a man. Be the yang. A woman, be the yin. Be what you are. It's like you're saying a German Shepherd that can't do guard duty. That's scared, or when strangers turn up, they run away. What type of German Shepherd is that? You're not. It's not what you expect of a German Shepherd. You get what I mean?
There's a few ways you could go with that, but we're getting to near the end.
Near the end. Okay, now final thoughts.
Spare people.
Final thoughts. Men and women are designed.
Final moral of the day. What's the final moral?
Final moral is that men and women are designed to complement each other. But self-absorption, unrealistic expectations, and fear have driven us apart. If we want to make marriage great again, we must return to humility, service, and respect for each other and the roles we play. Now, a challenge to my listeners: ask yourself this week, what do I offer in a relationship? Not just what do I want.
What do I offer?
Yeah, what do I offer? Not just what I want. All right.
I'm going to have to take more than a week.
Okay, let us know next week. Time. Well, on that, don't forget to follow me on Facebook. I have 2 Facebook pages, Miss Dragonfly
So
and
you're
Make
two-faced? Only joking.
And Make Marriage Great Again. Follow both if you can.
And your free book.
Yeah, my free book on my website, makemarriageGreatAgain.net. So don't forget to
Your
download
complete partner, how to choose the right partner for love and marriage
for a lifetime.
For a lifetime.
Yeah. So let us know what you think of the show by leaving your comments on my Facebook page. And if there's anything you'd like me to cover, then feel free to leave it there as well. And if I can cover it, then I will. Now, in closing, I'm Miss Dragonfly, and this is the Relationship Whisperer. Let's make marriage great again. And thank you for coming today. And offering the other side. So on that, everyone, don't forget to tune in same time next week. And until then, it's bye for now.
Bye.